All right. So you remember this discussion, I'm sure you do, about Calabar High not taking back fifth formers or fourth formers going into fifth form if they never had at least a 60% average. Well, 30 students were barred because they failed to attain averages of 60%. It says 5 parents reported that they had already sought alternative placements. 1 child reportedly has migrated. 8 had been previously reinstated. 8 parents requested help from the ministry to find alternative placements. But they don't know what happened to 11. So they're trying to find those 11 youngsters. He said, Mr. Reid, the Honourable Minister, has asked the regional director to find them so they can be enrolled in other programs, such as the Career Advancement Program. And he says that a customized intervention program would be developed and implemented at Calabar. So
what them 11 boys are there?
I don't know. But hope they find them and hope they are placed somewhere, which is quite unfortunate.
What? All right, maybe we don't have enough information.
Yeah.
The 11 boys, them do a parent. I don't understand why they can't be found.
Maybe they just gone to another school and the parents just not telling anybody. But maybe Mr. Reid just, I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know, because you're right. I don't have enough information. So.
Yeah, because this should be a phone call to a parent.
Yeah. But
Where is Benji?
Yeah, we will find out.
Yeah.
Bike taxis. Motorcycle operators profiting from road-related congestion in Kingston. So I guess nobody can move, so you go on a bike and you give them a little change. It is crazy. It's an illegal practice, but apparently it's been flourishing, I'm told, in the western end of the island, despite attempts by the police to clamp down on the trade. And he says, or they say, especially in light of frequent crashes, some fatal. He says Kingston was never seen as an area in which bike taxis could earn a living. But because they closed the Portia Simpson Miller Square, it's caused nightmarish traffic in the city and very long wait for commuters at bus stops. But some bikers have described it as a dream come true. They earn a change. They've been capitalizing.
That's nice, see?
Yep.
A nightmare for some and for them dream come true. I've never heard anything like this.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, but 2 things. I'm not fighting against somebody hustling, but if it's illegal, that means if something happens to you upon the bike, you'd have no recourse. And you shouldn't be riding on a bike without a helmet.
Yep.
So make sure the people have a helmet. Because, go there.
And since we're talking about the traffic, this one, government to implement measures to alleviate traffic delays from major road projects. This is coming from the Minister without Portfolio in the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation, Mr. Darrell Vaz. Well, that's not Mr. Vaz right here. We understand and we are working assiduously to try and better it. It won't be perfect, and what we need to do is to see if we can shorten the time. So we're also looking at working hours and the possibility of night working, so that we could reduce the 8 months in 3 miles to a lesser time based on what we know. And of course, Christmas coming also. So
Christmas coming. And do you know what happened yesterday? Because the rain fell, like Maxfield, that was so pretty. And them fix it up, Baba green it up. Yep. Let me tell you, Maxfield had so much debris on it up to this morning.
Yeah, which is what I was saying yesterday. Remember I was talking to Mr. Shaw yesterday, and I said, boy, if the rain with the whole not even debris, but them of the
it's tricky because even Chisholm Avenue is a place where cars shut off in the water, and that's one of the places that so I don't know.
All right, the final one says a massive increase in the use of free social networking applications has been cited as the main reason for a dramatic fall in the revenue of the Universal Service Fund. And that's mandated to provide internet coverage for the island. They say at the Parliament's Public Administration and Appropriations Committee meeting, it was said that USF would be spending $35 million in 2018 for an advertising and marketing campaign. the same amount expended last year when there was a dramatic revenue plunge. They said they're concerned about the decline in revenues. They said they budgeted about $1 billion for the year, but they're now saying it's just over 50% of that. The intense competition in the marketplace, they're blaming for that. They say they're concerned, and it's been looked at by the board. So last year's revenue was just below $1 billion. 2016 was 1.3 billion, and the projection for this year is about 750 million. Well, I did say final one, but we do have one more right there.
People don't have no money for call, so that's that. The government has signed a wage agreement with the nurses. I'm glad to hear that. So that's now out of the way. Dr. Nigel Clark has announced that. He said approximately 80% of public sector workers are now covered under a 4-year wage agreement. And this concludes months of discussion with the Nurses Association. Key points in the agreement: increases in salary and salary-related allowances of 5% in year 1, 2 in year 2, 4 in year 3, 5 in year 4. An increase in the amount for the provision of scholarships at the master's level. Nice. And an increase in the amount available for tertiary grants. Nice. The provision of 4 30-seater buses to the Ministry of Health to assist with the transportation of nurses who work on late shifts, and 1 15-seater for the association to assist their office generally. So, happy to hear that. If the nurses are happy, I am happy.
Yeah, man.
And the patients will be even happier.
Yep.
So, wonderful.
All right. Got a couple of birthdays. This is Mr.